Greetings, guys and gals, swingers. This is DJ Swag Commander recording from the Time Traveler Studio at the Swag Shack in Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee. And you're listening to Swing What You Got. This is a portion of the podcast where we bring you traditional vintage swing and modern electro swing music from around the world. So kick back and enjoy, and remember, whatever life throws at you, swing what you got.
To have a ball, here's how you get it done. You got to swing what you got to save your soul. Swing what you got for it gets old. When troubles get around, don't start in to frown. Just put on your dancing shoes and dance them out of town. The world is full of music, don't you know? Not just what is on your radio. So here's my answer, boy, for everlasting joy. Just swing what you got to save your soul.
Welcome back to Swing What You Got, the musical portion of the diesel-powered podcast, brought to you by Audible.com. Get your free audiobook by going to audiotrial.com/diesel-powered podcast. In last month's podcast, I made mention of the fact that electro swing music was not as well known in America as it is in Europe, where it had its birth and its beginnings and its explosion. People know swing music very well, but oftentimes when I mention electro swing, people say, "Huh? What's that?" Well, on today's show, I want to make this kind of a Electro Swing 101 primer. Talk about what Electro Swing is for those who are uninitiated. And so this particular podcast will have a little less music and more talk as I give you a little bit of a brief history about Electro Swing, what it is, how it came to be. Does swing music just keep coming back, or does it refuse to go away? In 1982, Larry Elgart and the Manhattan Swing Orchestra put out an album called Hooked on Swing. They played some of the traditional swing music and backed it with a little electronic beat. But their beat was repetitious, and although the music was up-tempo and you could dance to it, the repetitive sameness soon wore on people and they lost interest. It hit number 31 on the Billboard, but number 20 on the Adult Contemporary chart. His follow-up to it, Hooked on Swing 2, only hit number 89 on the album charts, so he went back to his regular jazz roots. And then in the 90s came the swing revival movement, with the bands such as Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, the Squirrel Nut Zippers, Cherry Poppin' Daddies, the Royal Crown Revue, and the Brian Setzer Orchestra, to name a few of the best-known ones. They came out with a swing music that was rooted in the big band horn-driven sounds of the 1940s, with a little rockabilly thrown into it. The next emergence of swing has had little exposure in the U.S., while huge in other countries, especially Europe. This time around, swing music has been married with electronic or club beats that draws from the sounds of a decade earlier, such as the 20s or 30s, but with house music sensibilities, and it's called Electro Swing. It's huge in Europe. In fact, it's been huge for over a decade, and most of the artists and producers are from Europe. But there are other artists throughout the world, and there's a handful of producers and DJs here in the U.S. I've noticed over the past year that I can sometimes hear some electro swing playing in the background of commercials. So does it have the potential to take off in the U.S. like Europe? Well, that remains to be seen. Electro swing is rooted in vintage jazz music that is inclusive, fun to listen to, and fun to dance to. A while back, someone asked in the Electro Swing group on Facebook if it was possible to swing dance to Electro Swing. I replied that you could, you just needed to do it a whole lot faster. Swing music was the dance music of the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and as EDM is dying off now, Electro Swing can replace it as the dance music of the 21st century. That was Pair of Stellar and Booty Swing. Pair of Stellar has been considered one of the pioneers of electro swing music. The mid-90s saw a succession of hip-hop records that sampled some vintage swing. Many of these were one-off novelties that would not have been considered or described as electro swing, but throughout the 90s, several artists and producers built on the sound, each adding new elements, till eventually the genre of electro swing emerged. There's two primary approaches when creating electro swing. One is to remix an existing swing number from the big bands of the 20s or 30s. And with this approach, the basic structure is maintained, verse, chorus, bridge, etc., and lifting some portion of the vocals or music parts from an old vintage swing record and bringing it into the 21st century with modern electronic production techniques, especially in regards to drum and bass. The second approach is to lift very small samples of old vintage records, such as a single vocal line, a horn blast, or a short riff or melody, and map them out on a mixer to create a sample. When combined, they create a kind of sound collage to create an original with pre-recorded bits arranged in unexpected or unusual ways. There are also several subgenres of electro swing, such as swing hop, which includes some hip-hop, swing step, which includes dubstep, ghetto swing, which is bass-heavy, glitch swing, or glitch hop as they often call it, where there is a deliberate use of glitched sounds, such as a CD skipping, electronic hum, distortion, hisses, scratches, etc. Or there's swing house, which is heavy on EDM or club beats. There's also subgenres known as new swing or neo swing, which do not sample vintage so much, but are produced by artists who perform or record their own swing-influenced music with a small amount of electronic or a large amount of electronic music mixed into it. You know, since I was a young man many ages ago, I have loved traditional big band swing music that had its roots in 20s jazz and matured into the swing music of the 30s and 40s. I guess you could say I've always been a big band enthusiast. Here now is Barton Baker's Big Band. Big band music was dance music. You couldn't listen without dancing or at least tapping your feet. And with electro swing, I find it impossible to sit still and listen to it. I just gotta get up and dance. I have to. It gives me happy feet.